trees are so big. I love that. Some trees are so skinny. Not as nice. I'm just cleaning up some transmission fluid that we spilled out here. Transmission is here, ends right here, but we got leaks over here. I don't know if you just saw that drip there. And the reason why it's dripping is not because there's anything mechanically wrong. It is because we had a jug in here. In fact, that jug right there, you can see big ass spill right there. And what made it spill, I don't know exactly, but we were cruising, taking this truck and my truck over there to the car wash. Now we'll have to take this for another car wash. And then somehow it opened up, got all over the tires.
When you nailed the brakes, the jug flew to the front of the bed and
cracked open somehow.
Yeah, blew the cap off of the thing, and about a quart of trans fluid dumped into the bed, which then dumped directly through the drain holes, which then dumps out in front of the tire. You can show this up in here.
Oh yeah.
And so the trans fluid goes under the tire while he's braking. And what happened after that?
Okay, so luckily I'm a decent driver. No, I wouldn't say I'm a professional driver by any means, but I almost head-on 2 lanes of traffic. I was just sideways, and then I corrected, right? I'm not a professional driver though, so I was just doing my best. Corrected the other way, and it almost smoked all of these people going the right way. And then came to a stop, almost rear-ending a guy at a red light. It was very close.
In a cloud of smoke.
And I'm not gonna say we were doing anything under bar, but this is a Ford Lightning, so take that information as you will. It was very close, but
man. Yeah, I had a freaking heart attack. I look in my side mirror and you're sideways and pointed in my direction with a cloud of smoke coming out around you from the oil that had hit the exhaust.
Yeah, so we thought maybe something mechanically went wrong. It felt weird because that's never happened to me before. I just stepped on the brakes, tried to stop normal because there was a red light up ahead, and instead I just slipped and I had no idea what it was. And then we look underneath the car while we're still on the street, and you notice that there was transmission. Well, it smelled like tranny fluid, and then it was also dripping, and then you're like, oh, we need to get this home. And then I was like, that wouldn't make sense with the brakes. So I'm trying to like, what the heck? But then I braked again because the roads here suck. There's a lot of like 45s meeting, and you have to like do a weird, almost hairpin turn to get back off the main roads or whatever. Anyways, I took one of those and I had to brake sharp because I'm not used to this area, so I don't know where to go. So I'm like, oh shit, that's the turn. Stop. But then I slip out again, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be the brakes. Something's wrong with the brakes. But luckily, nothing mechanically wrong. We are going to have to remember not to put oil in the back of the truck. Yeah. If you're going to be doing...
By the way, you owe me a quart of oil.
Luckily, everyone is okay. Sort of a freak accident. Take with that information and interpret it as you will. It is a decently fast truck. It is supercharged, and actually I don't know if the Lightning is supercharged. I don't think it is yet, but it will be. But the whole point is that the truck is running and driving, and it seems fine. Here's all the things that we've done. All right, some of these are more consequential than others, but they all still have to be consequential, whatever. We got a English major over here. Wrong word. Tighten steering gearbox. Change marker lights to amber. Wheel alignment. Bleed brakes. Flush power steering fluid. Install both rear fender liners. Replace exhaust flange gasket. Replace passenger e-brake cable. Replace battery. That one sucked because it's so freaking expensive. Suspension noise driver side. Figured that out. Install front diff breather cap, add trans fluid, adjust headlights. Oh yeah, so when he was driving it back from where we bought it from, you had people flashing you like...
The UPS driver swerved at me as I was passing him in the same direction. He was pissed about the headlights, but they were on low beam. I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, he thought probably that we had, or that he had it on high beams, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And then next we have adjust door lock cables. Yeah, 2 of the doors didn't open very well, the 2 rear doors. We actually just ended up lubricating that. We didn't actually have to adjust anything, luckily. And at the same time, we also fixed the 2 rear windows didn't go down, up and down well. So, well, actually one of them didn't go down at all. So, could fix that as well. Right now, we are at the junkyard again, looking for a truck to get a bed liner, because this test drive that we're on is more of a road trip to kind of break it in, and then at the same time may as well run some errands, and those errands require a bed liner. Oh, and this one only has
short bed.
Yeah, but it has the tailgate part.
Oh yeah,
so we could take that. Yeah, probably. Anyways, it needs a bed liner just to protect my bed as well as possible. So we got one piece. Oh, nice. Okay.
This'll work.
Oh, this one's perfect. It's already cut.
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh, is that loose? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's scary.
I'm missing a bolt there. What's the
Nice. There you go. So we also replaced the rear brakes, which were in pieces. Like the shoes were all cracked, like there was an earthquake. I mean, it is California. You guys have earthquakes, right? And then we also replaced the front brakes.
They were worn out.
Which were worn out, but not just kind of how they're designed. Those older drum brakes, well, any drum brakes really, don't really use drum brakes in modern vehicles anymore, but they fall apart, and these ones were in terrible shape. Woo! Oh shit! Quick save here. So Ken noticed that this tailgate liner is a little too small. It doesn't fit these trucks. See that big gap there? So we're thinking about taking the tailgate piece that actually came in this truck, but it's kind of rough. It's got holes and stuff where we don't want holes. So we're probably, I don't know, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be included in the price, so we'll just take it and find out at the register.
Why is it that we come to the junkyards and not get new parts? It's because you can find original Ford parts, which are oftentimes way better than aftermarket parts, and also cost effective. So there is that. Basically, junkyards can be pretty awesome. Okay, back to the list. Change front and rear differential fluid. The front differential actually had water in it because the breather hose had broken off at some point, and they never replaced it or did anything about it or plugged it or nothing. So it actually rusted shut from so much water being introduced to it. And then when I was trying to clean out the little hose thingy, that's when I busted my knuckle. If you watched the last vlog, you would have seen that. Then we did the vacuum line, had to repair that, remove back window tint. Dalton did that for me. Front brake pads, which I already mentioned. Install.
Can you smell that? It smells like trans fluid.
Stopping on the highway just to see what's happening. smells like transmission fluid, but we have a tiny leak, so hopefully it's just a little leak. It's not obviously dripping anywhere, so that's good. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but Ken does. Or he knows what to look for generally anyways.
So actually it's dry where that leak was. Where it was dripping up there, it's dry now.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but where there was a leak, it's actually not leaking anymore. So that must have just been residue somewhere.
I think we're alright.
Okay, it's like a phantom smell. Or something, right?
Might still just be burning off some oils. I don't know.
Right. Okay, so we both smell some trans fluid kind of burning off, but it doesn't look like there's anything there, so we're good. So this is why Ken is driving, so he can kind of feel how it's driving. And now this, you know, if any codes come up or lights come up, we can check with the code reader that we got right here. So far okay, I think. Now to try to get back into traffic here. We're back on the road. All right, now back to the list. All right, so brake pads, right? Mentioned those twice already. Now this is the third time. Install dash trim clip. One of the clip thingies was missing in here. Install Schrader valve cap, which is a cap of some sort for something.
Cap on the fuel rail.
Cap on the fuel rail.
Test port.
Test port. Exactly. Replace overflow canister. That was just cracked, so we could have extra, like that's for the coolant to go into, and also holds the windshield washer fluid. And then replace front door speakers. Yeah, the new ones are so much. Alright, that's enough of that music. I know some of you don't like that. That's my uncle, by the way. We just had to stop for gas. We were on empty, on E, in both tanks, but we made it over 200 miles, so not bad for such a big beast. Another thing we had to worry about was the front axle seals, which we actually had to do twice because Ford accidentally gave us the wrong ones. If you watched last vlog, you saw that. That was kind of a pain in the ass, but we did those as well. Ooh, we're good. We did those as well as the U-joints at the same time, and the drive shaft U-joints. So for some reason, these two people here were just waving at me, and they waved again. Do you know me? Do they know me? I don't know. They do know me. Maybe they do. I don't know. They're waving. If that's you, comment. I think there may have been a couple other U-joints as well, but I don't really remember. Then we have changed torque converter because the old one sucked. It was worn out. Install a shift kit. Remove the B&M Shift Plus, which is what we got rid of how do you explain that?
Got rid of the Shift Plus, which is like a Band-Aid kind of thing, and put it in an actual shift kit.
Right. Wow, it is very dark in here. Ah, that's better. Alright, made it to my sister's house. Almost another 200 miles. I have to be quiet though, because she's sleeping. Oh, I gotta... And this is my room. Gotta be quiet because my sister is sleeping. Also, Ken's here. Okay, now, the other things that we've done. We did the drive shaft center carrier bearing. Changed the belt tensioner pulley. Cleaned the filter. It's like a reusable filter. Made by K&N. Tie up alarm boxes under dash. Replace hob switch. What's the hob switch?
That's a pressure activation switch for the supercharger system that activates the inline fuel pump under boost.
Supercharger. Oh, I should be doing my push-ups. I haven't done any push-ups today. Damn it. Okay.
change inline pump wire to 12 gauge. The wire was too small originally. Rewire inline pump with relay, flush brake fluid, add coolant, replace fan clutch, oil change, compression test, passenger rear door was stuck shut. We had to install a passenger rear door lock button. Some of the switches were really funky. Replace broken front tank vent clip, replace rear diff breather vent cap, replace front fuel level float, shorten supercharger drain line. There's that supercharger again. Replace multifunction switch, replace AC blend door vac line, drain / clean both fuel tanks, replace both fuel pumps, replace fuel filter, replace wiper blades, tighten air bypass clamp, replace rear axle breather hose. I have to scroll down here. There we go. Replace check engine light bulb, replace fuse for code scan, repair shifter bushings, and then clear codes. That is what we've done so far. But we also still have to do a couple things now that we've taken it for a rip, which are some of these things are just checks. Check reverse lights, remove window tint on the side windows, replace fuel cap grommets, replace rear brake shoes, replace damper. Oh, we did that. Yeah. We did the harmonic balancer already. Coolant flush. So we noticed when we changed the overflow thing that it's mostly water in the radiator. So we're going to do a coolant flush to get some antifreeze in there, because I'm going to Canada, and if it freezes, that would suck. Change exhaust gaskets. Trans fluid leak somewhere, but that may have gone away. When we thought we smelled it on the highway there, we noticed that it wasn't there anymore, so that's good. We got to remove the rest of the AC system. I mean, we're in Arizona right now, so AC would be nice, but AC makes me sick, so I'm just taking it out. We've replaced the pump with a delete kit, but there's still the rest of the system in there. The ashtray bulb is burnt out, and then we need some daytime running lights so that I can pass my federal inspection going into Canada. And then there's a seat bracket that needs to be welded up.
And now we'll probably have to change the torque converter again because it's not locking up.
I don't know if you heard that, but we got some bad news. We gotta maybe change the torque converter again. We may have gotten a crappy one, or we may have done something wrong installing it. Nope, apparently not. Something's not right, which sucks. But that is why Ken drove coming up here. He knows what to feel for? Is it a feeling?
Partly, yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're at. But tomorrow's another day. It's probably close to 1 a.m. now. Nope, it's 12:30 a.m., so bedtime.
Well, this sucks.
Just for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be there in give me about 45 minutes or less.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. I'll see ya.
Bye.
Yeah, we had to get a tow truck because we're having issues with something in the transmission. Might be the torque converter, as I mentioned last night, or it might be the, what was it?
Solenoid pack.
Solenoid pack, which is the thing that sends the electrical whatever, tells it what to do. Basically, what Ken thinks it is that the the torque converter isn't locking up, so it's always spinning, which is causing issues and
causing heat buildup,
which is causing the fluid itself to start boiling, which is pretty nuts, and it's burning because it's burning.
The slippage, yeah.
And it may not even be trying to cool itself because we might have the tranny cooler blocked somehow. There might be something sludge in there or something.
I think it's plugged.
This transmission was supposedly rebuilt 10,000 miles ago, and it's been sitting for 6 years. So something in that time, I don't know.
I think it's from driving it around with that B&M Shift Plus on there, and probably having a plugged transmission cooler, so it's running hot. So hot transmissions fail. They don't like running hot. So
right. So that B&M
Shift
Plus thing.
If you have one in your vehicle, take it off immediately.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be a quick fix for whatever. I don't know what.
It's a shift improver. It's supposed to make your shifts more firm, but it ends up just damaging the transmission. So
that was
it's
in
not
it.
a proper shift kit.
Right. We took it out to put in a real shift kit. The reason why we wanted a shift kit is for nice firm shifts, as well as holding power, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know shit about transmissions. I barely know anything about cars. I basically know how to unbolt something, bolt something back on. I don't really know much about most diagnostics, so yeah. Still sucks that it's my truck though.
Well, at least we got some cool ranch chips.
Yeah, there is that. So yesterday on our road trip up here, remember how we stopped because we smelled the transmission fluid? That was leaking, we think, out of the, what did we call it, the solenoid pack, and then dripping onto the exhaust and burning off, which is why we didn't see any puddles or wetness anywhere. And then we thought maybe it was nothing and we were just imagining it or something. I don't know exactly what Ken thought, but I mean, he knows more than I do. Had we known the seriousness, we would have just turned around then. We already had driven a ways, but not so far that it would have been hard to drive back. Instead, we drove 400 miles to Arizona and then drove another 50 miles to here, which we're still in Arizona. We're heading to Tucson to run the errands. This morning we decided that we were going to go to a transmission shop just to get their opinion. We also were on the horn with some other people that Ken knows who deal in transmissions. They figured it might be fine, but it's a little risky, but I don't know. It is what it is, which sucks, but can't really do anything about it now. So now we're bringing it to a transmission shop, and then if we're able to get it fixed there, which will be a bummer because it'll cost, we won't be able to do the work. We brought some tools, but not every tool that we need. We'll see what happens to be a matter with it. The diagnostics is going to be done for free, which is nice. But we'll see if we're going to be able to do our errands, which we put the bed liner in for. I don't know. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Okay, so what we're doing is we just dropped it off here at Amco. Hopefully it all works out. In the meantime, we're going to rent this U-Haul so that we can still run our errands, which is what we bought the bed liner for. We're here. You know how Ken and my brother Mike, they do some mining. They needed some new tires for one of their mining rigs, and this guy sells them. So we're gonna take those and put them in here. Easy peasy.
Smaller generator leak from over there.
I just got everybody confused
What are we doing? Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay, that sounds like a good first step. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. What are the chances that the converter is salvageable after having driven it for a few hundred miles without it not locking up? Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, because we've still got all our gears, and it was shifting fine. It engages nice and firm very quickly, you know, because of the... That's my concern, and I didn't like what they were telling me, and so I told them to put the pan back on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks a lot. We're going to do that then. Start with that, and then I'll call you with the results after that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks a lot. Call you later. Bye. Okay. He says the torque converter can't lock up if the cooler is plugged because it has to dump its oil through the cooler. So it never could lock up.
We might be in luck.
We might be in luck. So we're going to go bypass the cooler with a piece of hose from O'Reilly, it's a couple of clamps, and then drive down the highway and see if the converter starts locking up.
Okay.
And he said even if the converter has failed, he'll get it warrantied.
All right.
Because of from overheating or whatever.
Okay.
So we'll start with that and see what happens.
Okay. Okay. So sometimes when you are out of town, you got out of town plates or whatever, you say like, oh, hey, I'm from Canada. They will try to take advantage of you at certain mechanical shops. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but they're telling us we need a complete rebuild, which might be true, but they were very quick to say that. So just right now, while they were figuring out what to do with the tires, these tires right here actually are the ones that Ken and my brother Mike are buying. They called and said, hey, rebuild, end of story basically. Then this guy here who's selling the tires, he was like, well, I'm gonna try to help you out. I know that I can get the tires and the truck hauled back to LA at a reasonable price. And then the place that I'm staying at, the guy's the owner of the place or whatever, the person that I'm staying at, they own a transmission shop is basically what I'm saying. So we just got off the horn with him, and we're hoping that his solution is what we are going to be able to solve our issue with. The cooler is being plugged up, which is not allowing the torque converter to lock up, so it's continually spinning, which is making it hot. So we need to do a transmission fluid flush and bypass the cooler, because it has two coolers. It has an external and one that's built into the radiator. I don't know. This could be bad news if that's not a fix, but fingers crossed. So here's something that's annoying. They have the truck nicely parked in a handicapped spot. They're closed. They said they were going to leave the keys for us, but they didn't. And the door is locked and everything. So even the spare key that we have doesn't work because it's in the truck. I also thought of something else. So remember how I was saying this transmission was rebuilt about 10,000 miles ago? That was also probably not true because they never gave any paperwork. Now the person that we bought it off of was just going off of what the previous guy had told him, and we actually knew the same thing from him, but he never gave no paperwork, so that was probably a lie, just a selling point. So yeah, had we known that, I still would have bought it because it's still worth it. It's just costing more money than we expected to fix it. So that sucks. We're gonna call the tow truck driver and see if he can come Slim Jim it. I don't know. Once again, fingers crossed.
Average wait time will be 60 minutes. Please have your photo ID available when the technician arrives. There'll be no out-of-pocket expense for the service. It's covered under your membership.
Okay.
Pleasure seeing you today. Thank you for being a Value Triple A member. Have a great rest of your evening.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. So this is my mom. Some of you remember her. And to clear up some questions, my grandfather is younger than her because she is not my biological mother. She just took me and my little brother Chakota in when we were babies. So that's how that happened, just because I keep getting that same question. You've been here helping my sister, your daughter, just so these people know, for I don't know how long. How long has it been?
Since about mid-September.
So September, October, November, December, January, February. 5 months. Okay, and you're still staying here for a bit, so I didn't know how long you're staying here. So I got you a birthday gift, and this is actually made by a person who helps me out on my channel. They do. His name is
thank you.
Mathew Fox. So I got him to make you something.
Thank you.
And then he also threw one in there. Yeah, they're kind of stuffed in there. So you guys know Mathew Fox if you watch my live videos, but he made.
Oh wow! Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is the one that I like the most. And then so that's turquoise. I forget what these things are, but they look good together. And then
yeah, they look nice.
This one is crystal, silver, and turquoise. And then the other one is one that he gave you as a gift as well.
Oh, thank you.
Which is turquoise and
yeah, appreciate that. Thank you much.
Yeah, so that's Matthew
Awesome.
being awesome, sending an extra thing for free. So if you guys don't know Matthew, I'll have his stuff in the description. But anyways, happy early birthday.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Thank you.
She's gonna be 80. Does she look 80? Not really, right? Anyways, happy birthday.
Oh.
That one went on way easier. That one's a little loose, probably.
Yeah, this one's a little loose.
That's okay. I'll get him to adjust it.
Where does he live?
New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Almost every time.
There we go.
My bracelets.
Now you're looking fashionable.
Yeah. Where should this be in the center?
Yeah, maybe. There you go.
Yeah.
There.
Which one did he put in?
So this is the one that he gifted you.
Oh.
And then, yeah, this is the one. This one was actually on his auction thing. And then this is one that I picked out after. Mm-hmm. And then this is one that he just gave. Mm-hmm. Or something like that. I kind of forget. But I'm pretty sure this is the one that he gave.
On him.
Yeah. Well, it's real turquoise. He doesn't use anything that's fake. So like even those, that's real crystal. That's not plastic. That's real crystal.
Oh,
this is real silver. This is real whatever. None of this is plastic stuff. Although the turquoise is easy to see that it's real, but
yeah.
nothing is plastic. And he sources them all over the world.
Ones like these look prettier than just plain color.
Yeah, with all the
yeah.
yeah.
I think this one's a little bit different color.
Yeah.
A little bit more greenish.
Yeah, it's really nice.
A little bit more too.
There's that big tree again.